Hello everyone. Today I have delivered a lecture on IUGS classification of igneous rocks. Igneous rocks has been classified into three types: volcanic, plutonic, and hypabasal. Plutonic means those rocks are production of cooling and crystallization of magma. And volcanic igneous rocks means those magma comes on the surface and then cooling and crystallization, called as volcanic type of igneous rocks. And those igneous rocks are formed between the plutonic and volcanic, called as hypabasal igneous rocks. What is meant by IUGS classification? IUGS stands for International Union of Geological Sciences. In 1974, the scientist Dickinson has been classified igneous rocks based on the chemical and mineralogical classification called as International Union of Geological Sciences classification of igneous rocks in 1974 by scientist Dickinson. We will see one by one. The first one, classification of plutonic igneous rocks. Plutonic igneous rocks is also most of the plutonic classification of the phaneritic igneous rocks. Phaneritic rocks means more than those rocks are coarse grain textures, called as phaneritic type of igneous rocks. And another one is the rock must contain a total at least 10% of mineral like quartz, alkali feldspar, plagioclase feldspar, and feldspather. Means at least 10% of minerals is required for this classification, that is the quartz minimum percentage is 10, alkali feldspar also we require, then plagioclase feldspar and feldspather, which are then normalized to 100%. Okay, these are the QAPF diagram. QAPF means Q stands for quartz, P for plagioclase feldspar, and this one A means alkali feldspar, and F means feldspather. Okay, you see this diagram. Q where the silica percentage means quartz percentage more than 90%, called as quartzolite. According to the IUGS classification of plutonic rocks, which rocks containing higher amount of silica means more than 90% of silica, called as quartzolite. Okay, then those igneous rocks, the silica percentage between 60 to 90%, but remaining 10 to 40% is alkali feldspar, called as quartz-rich granitoid. Again, those igneous rocks containing 60 to 90% silica and 10 to 40% of plagioclase feldspar, also called as quartz-rich granitoid. In other hand, the rock having 0 to 60% is silica, 0 to 60% 20 to 60% silica, and 20 to 60% silica, called as alkali feldspar granite. Those igneous rocks containing 20 to 60% of silica and remaining alkali feldspar. Remaining means how much? 80 to 40% of alkali feldspar, called as alkali feldspar granite. And in other hand, the rock containing 20 to 60% of silica and 80 to 40% of plagioclase feldspar, called as tonalite. In other hand, those rocks containing 0 to 60% is silica, but alkali feldspar contain between 0 to 65% and 35% of plagioclase feldspar, called as granite. Those igneous rocks containing 35% of alkali feldspar and 65% of plagioclase feldspar with 20 to 60% of quartz is called as granodiorite. In another classification, quartzite, quartz monzonite, and quartz monzodiorite. The quartz is the same terminology because of the quartz percentage are present in a rock between 0 to 20% and 0 to 35% of alkali feldspar and plagioclase feldspar and 65% of alkali feldspar, called as quartzite. And quartz monzonite means the alkali feldspar contain from 35 to 0 to 35% of quartz monzonite and 65% of plagioclase feldspar with 0 to 20% of quartz, called as quartz monzonite. And which rock containing more than 65% of plagioclase feldspar and 35% of alkali feldspar of the total feldspar with 20% of 0 to 20% of quartz, called as quartz monzodiorite. Again, the same, when absence of very little amount of quartz, presence less than 5% of quartz with 10 to 35% plagioclase feldspar and remaining is alkali feldspar called as cyanide. Very little amount of quartz with 35 to 65% of plagioclase feldspar and remaining 35% is alkali feldspar called as monzonite. And when rock containing higher amount of plagioclase feldspar between 65 to 90% with little amount of quartz and 10 to 35% of alkali feldspar called as monzodiorite. And when alkali feldspar is greater than 90% and plagioclase feldspar less than 10% called as alkali cyanide. And in other hand, when greater than 90% of plagioclase feldspar and 10% of alkali feldspar called as anorthosite. Okay. Another nomenclature of plutonic igneous rocks, that is which rocks containing 0 to 10% of feldspathoid with 10 to 35% of plagioclase feldspar and greater than 65% of alkali feldspar called as void bearing cyanide. And those plutonic igneous rocks containing 35 to 65% of plagioclase feldspar and 35% of alkali feldspar with 10% of feldspathoid called as void bearing monzonite. And which rocks containing 65 to 90% of plagioclase feldspar and 10 to 35% of alkali feldspar with 0 to 10% of feldspathoid called as void bearing monzodiorite. Okay. And those igneous rocks containing 0 to 10% of plagioclase feldspar and 90% more than 90% of alkali feldspar called as void bearing alkali feldspar cyanide. And in other hand, the plagioclase feldspar contained in more than 90% and alkali feldspar is very little with 10% of plagioclase feldspathoid content called as diorite or gabbro. And in other nomenclature in plutonic igneous rocks, that is void cyanide and void gabbro, when the plagioclase feldspar content is more than 90% and less than 10% of alkali feldspar of the total feldspar with the feldspathoid content of the total volume of the rock is near about 10 to 60% of feldspathoid content called as monzocyanide and monzodiorite. Okay, when called as monzocyanide and when called as monzodiorite, when the alkali feldspar content between 20 to 50% and same content of plagioclase feldspar with feldspathoid content is more than 10 up to the 60% called as monzocyanide. But in case of monzodiorite, the plagioclase feldspar content is more than 60% and 40% alkali feldspar with 0 to 10 to 60% of feldspar called as feldspathoid called as monzodiorite. And when the feldspar content is greater than 60% and remaining 40% is other mineral called as holites. These are the classification of plutonic igneous rocks suggested by Stephenson in 1974 as International Union of Geological Sciences. Okay, this is another classification of igneous rocks, that is the volcanic type of igneous rocks, also suggested by the International Union of Geological Sciences. Also same diagram here, QAPF diagram, that is the quartz, quartz, alkali feldspar, plagioclase feldspar and feldspathoid. In this case, volcanic rock is nothing more than 60% of silica, because of volcanic rock is a mafic mineral rock, mafic mineral bearing rock. Therefore, it is not possible to more than 60% of silica in that volcanic rock. Therefore, there is no any rock which containing more than 60% of silica. Therefore, this triangle is blank. Okay, but the silica percentage between 20 to 60%, 20 to 60% of silica with 20 to 60% of silica and 0 to 20% of alkali feldspar called as a rhyolite. When silica percentage between 0 to 60% and remaining 40 to 20%, 40 to 80%, sometimes 80% is of plagioclase feldspar called as jacite type of igneous rocks. In other hand, the alkali feldspar content more than 80% and silica percentage is less than 20%, with 0 to 35 percentage of alkali feldspar and 65 percentage of plagioclase feldspar called as trachite. When the silica percentage is between 0 to 10%, but alkali feldspar content is 65 to 35, and plagioclase feldspar is also 35 to 65, called as latite type of igneous rocks. When called as andesite or basalt, the contents of plagioclase feldspar is more than 65% of the total feldspar. Suppose the total feldspar is 100%, out of that 65% is plagioclase feldspar and 35% is alkali feldspar with silica percentage 0 to 20%, called as maybe andesite or basalt. Another classification, another nomenclature is based on the feldspar content. When feldspar content between 0 to 10% and alkali feldspar 10 to 100 to 35%, called as void bearing trachite. And when the feldspar content 0 to 10% and alkali feldspar content between 65 to 35 and plagioclase feldspar between 65 to 35, called as void bearing latite. Okay, another is when the out of total feldspar, if plagioclase feldspar greater than 60% and 35% of plagioclase feldspar with little amount of feldspar, called as void bearing andesite or basalt. But in case of feldspar content is more than 10% up to the 60% and alkali feldspar is 10 to 50%, called as phonolite. And in other hand, if presence of plagioclase feldspar 50% and feldspar content 10 to 60%, rock is called as nephrite. And when feldspar content is more than 60%, called as voidites. These are the classification of volcanic type of igneous rocks based on chemical and mineralogical classification, based on chemistry and mineralogical composition of particular rock. Okay, these are the another type of classification is based on total alkali versus total silica presence in a rock. Total alkali versus silica. This classification has been drawn by Lee Maitri, scientist, in 2002. Igneous rocks, a classification and glossary of terms, Cambridge University Press. Okay, these are the classification of igneous rocks is based on the diagram, total presence of total alkali versus presence of total silica. Okay, these are the classification: acidic, intermediate, basic, ultra basic. Acidic means the silica percentage is more, intermediate means silica percentage is middle, basic means poor in silica, and ultra basic means very poor in silica. This is the classification. This is the weight percentage. Silica percentage versus silica versus total alkali. Alkali metal means the presence of Na2O and K2O. Alkali and potassium is called as alkali metal, and another is silica. This bottom axis, x-axis, shows the silica percentage from 37, 41, 45, 49, 53, 57, 61, 65, 69, 73 and 77. This is the silica percentage. And y-axis the percentage of alkali metals 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11 and 13. That is the weight percentage of Na2O plus K2O, sodium plus potassium. It is called as alkali metals. Means this classification is totally based on the diagram of TAS diagram, total alkali versus silica. If the silica content is more than 77%, called as rhyolite type of igneous rocks. Okay, then silica percentage between 65 to 77, but alkali content is between 0 to 7, called as dacite. Then silica percentage is same, 65 to 77, but alkali content is higher than the dacite, that is 7 to 9, 10, called as trachidacite. And higher proportion of alkali metal means between 10 to 13, and silica percentage between 65 to 77, called as trachite. Another is andesite. The andesite silica percentage between 57 to 62 and alkali percentage is 0 to 6%, called as andesite. When called as trachyandesite means the alkali metal between 6 to 10% and 57 to 62% of silica, called as trachyandesite. And when The same silica percentage 57 to 62, but alkali percentage more than 10 to 30% called as Teffri phenolite. And when very higher amount of alkali percent is more than 12% and silica percent 57 to 62 called as phenolite. Another is basaltic and andesite. In basalt and basaltic andesite means it is differ from the pure basalt. The silica percentage between 52 to 57 and alkali percent 0 to 6% called as basaltic andesite. And when called as basaltic trachyandesite, the alkali percentage between 5 to 8% and silica percent between 52 to 57% called as basaltic trachyandesite. And when silica percentage is alkali percentage is between 8 to 10% and silica percentage between 53 to 57 called as phonotephrite. Okay. What is the chemical composition of basalt? The silica percentage between 45 to 52% and alkali percent between 0 to 5% called as basalt. When called as Turkey basalt, the alkali percent is 5 to 7% and silica percent between 45 to 53% called as Turkey basalt. Another classification nomenclature is based on the silica percentage between 45 to 41 to 45% and alkali percentage means sodium and potassium between 0 to 3% called as picrobasalt. Then basanite and tephrite, when the alkali percentage between 3 to 7% and silica percent between 45 to 41 to 55% called as basanite. And when called as tephrite, the alkali percentage is 10 to 7 to 10% and silica percent 41 to 55% called as tephrite. When the silica percentage is less than 41 to 37% and alkali percent is differ from 0 to 30% called as pholite. Okay, these rocks means those igneous rocks are between 37 to 45% called as ultra basic type of igneous rocks. Means these all rocks are ultra basic igneous rocks. Picrobasalt, pholite, basanite, tephrite, these are the ultra basic type of igneous rocks. And in other hand, this is the only volcanic rocks. This is the not granite rock. Then those volcanic rock between 41 to 53% of silica called as basic type of volcanic rock, and those volcanic igneous rocks between the silica percentage between 52 to 63% called as intermediate type of volcanic igneous rocks. And those volcanic rocks, not igneous rocks, those volcanic igneous rocks are silica percentage is more than 63%, very rare cases called as acidic type of igneous rocks. These are the classification of chemical classification of volcanic rock based on total alkali versus total silica. It is designed by Lemaitre in 2002. Okay, these are the three important classification of igneous rocks suggested by International Union of Geological Sciences and Lemaitre in 1974 and 2002 respectively. In pheneritic type means plutonic type of classification suggested by the International Union of Geological Sciences by Strickensons in 1974. Also the volcanic type of nomenclature also suggested by the IUGS. And in other hand, the another classification of volcanic type of igneous rocks based on presence of total alkali means sodium and potassium versus silica suggested by the Lemaitre in details. These are the three diagrams also important for the any examination point of view. You should clear identification of classification of igneous rocks in based on this QAPF diagram suggested by the IUGS. Q for quartz, A for alkali feldspar, P for plagioclase feldspar, F for feldspar. In both cases, volcanic as well as in plutonic. And third classification is third type of classification is based on the total alkali, presence of total alkali versus presence of total silica suggested by the Lemaitre. These are the very important classifications in any PG postgraduate MSc geology students as well as BSc geology students. Okay, thank you.